Broadcasting from around the world, from Clinton, Iowa, this is WGJR Worldwide. And hello, everyone. Hello, everywhere across America and around the world from the GJRB Spreaker Studios, just above the Lion Shopping District on Clinton's North End, on WGJR Worldwide on Podbean. Welcome to the Gary Russen Program Midweek Edition. And I hope you'll stay with me this afternoon. We got a great show lined up for you today. We got some really good stuff. It's another midweek edition Wednesday afternoon here on GJRB Online. And we're live on Podbean, which is, of course, another one of our platforms that we broadcast on here on GJRB. That's GJRB LPFM, our 9-foot signal at 88.9 megahertz on the FM band. And this is where you find a lot of our programming. We do live radio at its best here. And, you're welcome to be part of the show. And we got some great radio here. And you can tune in some music, news, talk, and a great variety of programming here on WGJR Worldwide. And if you like our station, hit the like button and, of course, let people know that we're out there broadcasting and that we're putting on a show for you. So I hope that you'll tune in to the show. We're live here, and we have a lot of really good stuff coming up here on our show today. And if you want to join in the conversation, our lines are open too. And I'm just checking my sound audio on my phone. One of the toughest things about doing this sometimes is the fact that whenever I go on live, I have to look for myself on my phone on Podbean. It's just really odd. I don't know. I just have to practice it or something. But just to be sure I'm on the air and everything's working out pretty good, I usually have to double check and make sure that I am on live on Podbean and everything is hunky-dory. We got everything, the stream is running smoothly and the program is underway. Again, I love Podbean. I do like this, but it's got some little things that kind of bug me a little bit. I like it, but there's some things I wish they could fix on their system. But they're fabulous as a second platform, and I get more listeners on here than I do on Spreaker at a given day, and that's what I like about it too. The listenership is a little better, and we get some really good. We've had some pretty good listeners in the past on this show who have actually called in the show, actually. One fellow in particular that we have memories of is one that called from India, and that was a fabulous call. And I'm going to see what I can do about getting a new watch for this radio station, or a big clock. What I need to do is resync this big clock. I think I'm going to use that big clock for my, even though it might be just a little off, I could see it better right now with the fact that my eyes are still not really good right now at this point. I was supposed to have got my glasses this week, but the Midwest Vision didn't approve the glasses because they said that the bifocals were not correctly put in. So now I have to wait just that much longer now for my glasses to come in, which is irritating right now at this point. And it's making it so it's hard to see. And so please bear with me. That's why I'm not really doing a straight newscast. That's why I'm not really doing this is going to be a freeform show. Nothing, no straight newscasts. We're just going to do, like we always do, scroll through social media, Facebook, Twitter, all the social sites. And I'm not going to do a straightforward newscast at this point. Okay, so just to let you know about that, I'm not doing a straightforward newscast because at this time, with my glasses, I can't see very good yet. So with the fact that I can only half see, since I can only half see, I'm just going to do a laid back show today. It's going to be freeform, no tight show today. It's just going to be, this is how we're going to do it today. Okay, so it's just going to be freeform only. That means that what I mean by freeform is no log, no straight cut forward cookie cutter type show. It's going to be all freeform. So we got a lot of really things to cover, so we want to get things started and see what's going on. Well, we got somebody already in the chat room here. Let me see. Again, beware. Okay, his name is DOS, DOS. Welcome to the room. Thank you for coming in. Like I said before, if I can't read your name right, I'm sorry about that. It's just that I've been waiting. Midwest Vision here in Clinton, Iowa, I was supposed to have had my glasses last week, and I had to get my eyes examined the day of the storm that blew through here, and now I'm waiting for those glasses to come in. I was supposed to have gotten them this past week, but they have to resend them because they didn't do my bifocals right. So now I got to wait again. Oh, it's just. And so beware if I can't see very good. So I'm just going to. You sound like you have a lovely singing voice. No, I do not. I do not sing, but I do a lot of radio. I've been wanting to do radio since I was like about 5 years old. It seems like it anyway. Actually, 8. And decided I wanted to be a disc jockey, but the radio stations didn't hire me, and I just started doing this. But I love being on the air and talking to folks. So welcome into the room, and of course you're welcome to join into the show. And I love it here because I get people in the chat room. That's what I like. I love it when we get people in the chat room and we can talk. And it makes it for a fun show. And I'm on Spreaker normally, which is my main podcast platform. That's Spreaker, Spreaker. I have 3 radio stations. This one, which is WGJR Worldwide, my network, GJRB Online Network, and GJRB2. And then I have another local radio station, which is my 9-foot FM signal, which only carries about half a block on 88.9 megahertz FM. I will keep my comments short because of your reading disability. Thank you so much for that. Sometimes what I might have to do is kind of, what I sometimes have to do is move my microphone so that I can read right off of there without having to move my voice. So I'm going to have to reposition my microphone so that I can read off the board a little bit too. Also, I'm going to open up the phone lines past the half-hour hard break. I do hard breaks on here, by the way. I produce my own promos. I produce my own spots. I have 30-second commercial breaks, and mostly all the ones that I do. I have some PSAs that are national that I do play, but I do run this like a radio station, commercials, news, sports, and stuff like that. Not that much sports because really I've not been happy with a lot of the leagues, have not been happy with the NFL, haven't been happy with the MLB, and not too happy with the way things are going. So, yeah, quite an entrepreneur. Well, yeah, I don't make no money out of this. Okay. I do radio because I love doing radio, and I do radio for free right here by being online. I just produce my own spots, and I do a lot of spots for different people. And they're usually products I stand behind 100%. And other than that, I usually have promos for a lot of the shows I heard on GJRB. And I'll be talking about those later. I have a new schedule planned, which I'll be working on. It's a brand new GJRB schedule 2021, which we're going to be debuting in November. And I'm doing a test schedule right now on various days of the week. We're going to be starting off on Monday with Christian rock and music with Gary J in the morning. And then later on in the day, I've got some worship music and the Positive Rock Show, which is my Christian rock show. It'll be on Spreaker, on GJRB Online Network. And this is where we do it. Well, I'm sorry, DOS left. I haven't spelled that right. DOS? Yeah, DOS. Hockey has been great. Well, that's good. They like hockey. I follow hockey once in a while. It's just that there's so many sports out there that it's hard to follow them all. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, it's hard to follow a lot of hockey, but I do follow some sports. Why don't we do this right now? Why don't we do our famous scroll through social media? Let's do that right now.
Let's scroll through social media.
This is where I go through Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and give you just stuff that people post. And news organizations mostly like CBN. I have End Time Headlines and various other things that I have on here. And I read news stories from them. And like I said, the news stories right now, it's just hard to read them because I can't see very good. So just be patient with me as I move along the line on this show and give you what I feel is the best I can do with half vision. So that's pretty much how that goes. And it's just that, I hate when I can't see. It kind of bugs me because it doesn't give me a very good broadcast. And, Doss, please come back. Join me live. You can even call the show. I'm going to have the lines open so you can call in the program and be on the air and talk to me live. So I do it that way too. If I can't read text, call me. Because that's how I do that too. And just to let you know about how that goes. Meanwhile, before I do that, I want to remind you that any defamatory, harassing, obscene, or any racist comments are not allowed on this program. Please remember to be respectful when you call in the show. All live shows, you'll be recorded. Your voice will be recorded. Just be aware of that. And, be gracious to the host. Be nice to the host. Be respectful toward the host. And we'll have a good show. That's all that is to it. So just to let you know about that. So why don't we get things started with some news headlines. See what's going on nationwide in the news. Joe Biden is visiting Kenosha today. After the violence that occurred over the past several days in Kenosha, Wisconsin. Joe Biden visited with his wife, Jill, who planned on visiting Kenosha, Wisconsin on Thursday, where they will hold this happens on Thursday, which will be tomorrow, I guess. Today's what, Wednesday? Yeah, today's Wednesday. So he's going to be visiting Kenosha with his wife, Jill, tomorrow. and he will hold a commentary meeting and bringing together Americans to heal and address the challenges they will face before making a local stop at the city in his campaign. So that's what Joe
Biden visit to Kenosha tomorrow. Local Democratic officials, including the governor, had previously discouraged President Trump from visiting. And just yesterday, the president of the local NAACP said he didn't want to see either of the candidates, including yourself, visit, that this is such a sensitive situation in the city. Why is now the right time for you to go to Kenosha, and what do you hope to accomplish tomorrow?
Well, I have we've spoken to all the leaders up there, and although I have an outstanding call with the governor, we dealt with the staff, because and there's been overwhelming requests that I do come, because what we want to do is we got to heal. We got to put things together, bring people together. And so my purpose in going will be to do just that, to be a positive influence on what's going on, talk about what need be done, and try to see if there's a beginning of a mechanism to bring the folks together. We have to heal. This is about making sure that we move forward. And so I've gotten advice from sitting members of the Congress and the Senate as well to go, and that I should go. And I'm not going to do anything other than meet with and meetings with community leaders, as well as business people and other folks in law enforcement, and to see, start to talk about what has to be done. I'm not going to tell Kenosha what they have to do, but what we have to do together. The idea that we are saying, the president's encouraging people to retreat to their corners and keep this moving is just a mistake. I spent my whole life, including in this city you're in right now, bringing people together, bringing the community and police officers together, bringing business leaders and civic leaders together.
So that is Joe Biden talking about the fact that he's going to be visiting Kenosha, Wisconsin tomorrow, and they're going to come together after Trump made a trip to Kenosha against the wishes of the Wisconsin governor, Tony Evers, toward the damage from the violent protests going on there. And what he's saying is he just want to bring together a lot of people to help out in this situation, what was going on in Kenosha. So that, the Biden's doing something anyhow there in that situation. Let's see here. What else we have here? In Berlin, the Russian opposition leader, Alexei Navalny, was poisoned with the same type of Soviet-era nerve agent used in the 2018 attack on a former Russian spy. The German government said Wednesday, provoking outrage from Western leaders who had demanded Moscow provide the explanation. The findings, were experts say, are strongly to Russian state involvement, added the tensions between Russia and the West German Chancellor Angela Merkel called Navalny's poisoning attempted murder, meant it to be silenced by the Russian President Vladimir Putin in a fierce critics. The Berlin hospital treating the dissident, and he remains on a ventilator through his condition is improving, though, however. He said he expects a long recovery and still can't rule out long-term effects on his health from that poisoning. So they tried to poison this guy. Interesting story there. We'll talk more about that a little later on. Interesting. All right. You're listening to the Gary Russen program, midweek edition here on WGJR Worldwide, here on Podbean, here on a Wednesday afternoon. I hope you're enjoying the program, and we're going to be on the air today till 6 p.m. Central Daylight Time. I want to remind you that we're going to be on with different programming here on this station, as well as Spreaker on GJRB Online. And this is where we put on some programs for you. And I hope that you all listen to our shows, maybe even participate in the program. And I always, glad that I can bring you these shows. And this is where it's happening, folks. So I'm on Facebook on my phone. I'm going to check on some messages, and we're going to do that here in a little bit. And we're going to talk about registering to vote, too, in the next half hour. I think that's a very important thing. We're going to talk about that coming up after the break. I think it is important that people register to vote because this is a very important election. And we need to be very aware of our candidates and the importance of voting in this election, because this is November 3rd, which is it November 3rd? I think it is, right? Election day. That day, I believe, falls on November 3rd. That is a Tuesday. So more than likely, I will probably not be on there that day anyway. I'll probably, November 3rd, I'll probably be no radio that day as I'm going to go and vote. Let's see here. Let me see here. I want to go over to let's see here. I want to get my weather up here. That's what I wanted to do. So I'm going to pull that up because we're going to do weather on the fives here in just a few minutes. And like I said before, we got some really good stuff coming up here on GJRB LPFM, 9-foot signal 88.9 from GJRB2. And this is WGJR Worldwide. Now, WGJR Worldwide is my internet international radio station. And I play a variety of pretty much the same programs you'll hear on here as you'll hear on GJRB Online on Spreaker. We're going to have about the same programs. Sometimes we'll even simulcast it so that you can listen to all our stations together. And, WGJR Worldwide will be on part-time because here on Podbean, they only give me 5 hours of space. So I can maybe have one or two programs on at the same time, simulcast with GJRB Online. So it'll only be maybe certain days we'll be on the air here on WGJR Worldwide, but I will let you know what days those are. And, so that you will be prepared to make plans to listen. So just to let you know about that, just want to, get you up there. All right, tell you what we're going to do right now. We're going to get ready because we're going to do weather on the fives. And then right after we get done with that, I want to talk about what we got planned for the next half hour of our program. Let's see if we can get some more people. We had a person named Dawson here earlier. I wish they would stayed. Like I said, my vision is not the best. I'm hoping I get vision back full when I get my glasses in here. And Midwest Vision finally calls and says, "Hey, your glasses are in," which will make me a happy man. So I'm kind of putting a lot of broadcast aside, but seeing whether or not, we'll be able to do that and make sure that I'm not on the air that day so I could go and get them. Usually someone will run me down or I'll take the bus or something, but I'll still get the glasses so that I can finally see and be able to put on better radio programs for you folks. Because, it's not easy to do a radio show when you only have vision. It's not easy at all. And it can play havoc with my eyes when I can't see very good. So, I'm sorry, Doss. Would love to have you come back. And even if I can't read very well, you're always welcome to call in the program. and join in the conversation on the radio live by calling in. And we're going to open up those lines after this hard break coming up in about 10 minutes. So just to let you know about that, okay? And we'll have that one ready for you. Meanwhile, though, let's take a look at our weather on the 5.
Now, a nationwide weather update. This is GJRB's weather on the 5s.
Okay, let's take a look at our weather on the 5s right now. Let's see what's going on nationwide weather. Remnants of Laura and a cold front is going to produce some severe thunderstorms and heavy rain from the northeast to the Carolinas today. So from the northeast all the way down to the Carolinas, severe storms also possible from the south central plains into the lower Mississippi Valley. Monsoon-type storms with heavy rain may also produce flash flooding in Arizona this weekend. Critical fire conditions are a threat, too, as well in the interior northwest and northern Rockies. And we'll take a look at all that weather coming up with our good friends at Weather Nation next hour right here on WGJR Worldwide when we bring you weather on the 5s around 25 minutes after 4. Weather on the 5s, 25 and 55 minutes past the hour on all daytime programs on GJRB Online, GJRB2, WGJR Worldwide, and here on Spreaker FM 88.9 KSPR. Weather on the 5s. We used to do a local weather forecast as well here for our listeners in Clinton. So just to let you know about that weather on the 5s. And, I'll tell you what, I was thinking about this the other day. What I'm going to be doing when I get this finally going is I'm going to be able to distribute and do an RSS and get my shows. Now, I have a website. It's on a thing called website.com. It's a good website. I like it, but I might just get rid of it. I'm going to go back to WordPress, and I'm thinking about making a website on Wix, W-I-X, and put it up because I'll tell you what, I want to be able to have my show widely heard, and it's not widely heard, and be able to get people out there listening to our podcast, and I have people listening live on the air, and with my RSS, that'll make that possible through my website, which will be absolutely fabulous. And then I'll be able to stream this program from all my shows here on Podbean and on Spreaker, so that you can listen to this show as an RSS feed, and it will be available to you to listen live on my website. So I'm working on that one. I'm going to be working on a brand new one. Want to big shout out to my good friend Black Dragons Radio, which broadcasts right here on Podbean. He's working on his new station, and he's going to be broadcasting regularly with his own station. It's going to be fabulous. You can check out that. It's going to be available here on Podbean, but he's also going to have a feed through another I think it's going to be kind of like another what do they call that a server. I think he's going to work as some kind of a server, and he's going to have a neat little thing going there pretty soon, and it's going to be fabby. So I'm looking forward to hearing that. That's going to be pretty wild. And we're going to have a good time with that. So check that out as well. All right. Stick around. We got some more good stuff coming your way here on GJRB Online coming up in the next half hour. Hope you'll stay with me. We got some more of the Gary Russen program midweek edition, including some more stuff we're going to talk about, including more stuff going on and what was happening in Kenosha. We're also going to talk about my GJRB schedule and a whole lot more. So I hope you'll stay around. The Gary Russen program midweek edition continues in just moments. We'll be right back.
Turning around on your internet radio only to find a station playing old radio programs complete with commercials and thinking, what am I tuning into? The past? You might be, or it's just GJRB Online and Radio Land. A day of nothing but classic radio shows back to back with classic commercials in between. Like the days of radio. Almost like your computer is picking up signals through time. Closer than you'll ever get to time travel. Radioland. Recently, the owner of Facebook had to face Congress over personal information on Facebook users. In addition, users were saying that their postings were being deleted. Getting sick and tired of your censorship and your data being used without your permission? Do something about it now. Come to MeWe, the internet social site that values your freedom. No more deleted postings. Make a step to freedom. Sign up today. It's easy. Go to www.MeWe.com. That's MEWE. MeWe, the internet's free speech social site. America's street music is back on GJRB Bluegrass with the Grass Goals, Bill Monroe and his Bluegrass Boys, and so much more. So it's time to bring it back. More often. It's Bluegrass Jubilee Freestyle with all the great songs you heard before and some new up-and-coming stars with some emerging bluegrass. Also, some all-time gospel favorites, too. Now at a new time. Every second Wednesday of the month at 3 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Eastern, and 1 p.m. Pacific on the GJRB Online Network. End times are upon us, and we need to know what's happening. Knowing the truth is key to survival. There are lots of news events going on in the world that have certain significance to end-time happenings. Listen, as men and women gather to discuss the news and how it lines up with Bible prophecy on the last 7 days. Recorded Thursday mornings and uploaded to go public at 12 o'clock noon Central and played every third Friday live at 1 p.m. Central on GJRB.
If you're a new emerging artist and want your songs out there, the place to go is Reverb Nation. Reverb Nation was fully devoted to new music from new artists from every town and every state in the U.S. If you're a solo artist and recording your own music, it's Reverb Nation. Stop on by, visit, listen to the music. Check out the site, www.reverbnation.com. Put your music out there and gain an audience. Go to Reverb Nation for the best in new music. And remember, if you like your songs playing on GJRB Online is up and coming, drop me an email at GaryJ65@yahoo.com. And I'll be putting your song on all GJRB Online shows. Remember the name, Reverb Nation.
Suicide's increasing in the news, and many of them playing suicide games. This has to stop. Parents, watch your kids, and if you feel there's something going on and they are considering suicide, please talk to them. Help them. And if it seems hopeless, call the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. That number is 1-800-273-8255. They can help. It's free and confidential. The call will be answered by a trained counselor at a local crisis center. The National Suicide Prevention Lifeline can help. This is WGJR Worldwide on Podbean.
Okay, we're back on the air here on WGJR Worldwide here on Podbean. And I got to bring my gain back up after I do the half-hour heartbreak because then my voice isn't heard loud enough. Just happens that way anyhow, right? Oh, boy. Yeah, anyway, welcome back to the show here on GJRB Online. We have a great show lined up for you this afternoon here on the Gary Russen program on WGJR Worldwide here on Podbean. And, of course, you can hear this show also is available on GJRB2. Our next broadcast of the Gary Russen program midweek edition will be heard over on Spreaker, GJRB Online Network. That'll be coming up in the next couple of weeks or so. And then next week we'll be on Wednesday on Spreaker doing Gary J in the afternoon Weather on the 5, sports page, music, all your favorites from the GJRB playlist. And I've got some new emerging artists I've been playing. I got some artists I know that I play a lot of their songs. And my friend Gary Unger as well as his group Song Brother. Got a couple of songs that he has on internationally, and then we're playing a lot of those. Plus some new music as well from some different artists from SoundClick, SoundCloud, and over on Reverb Nation. And these are all new emerging artists, and these are all royalty-free, new emerging songs, new selections, and we play them right here on GJRB Online, GJRB2, and here on Podbean. So you can check out the show. Got a lot of really new music, and I got some really hot new songs. And we'll preview some of those, of course, during this show, too, as well, because it's a midweek edition. And as we're doing freeform today, that means that to break the monotony a little bit, it gets a little slow, no calls, I usually put a song on, something that we'll throw in some music. So you can enjoy that, too, as well. We'll continue to scroll through social media. Right now, my phone lines are officially open. Yep, they're officially open right now. And that means that you can get in on the program and get on the air. That's simple. It's pretty cool. Lines are officially open. Once again, reminder that when you call in the program, please be respectful. No profane language. Please watch that. Also, please be respectful when calling a program and participating in the live chat using call-ins. And it's easy to do. There's a phone symbol right there on the bottom of your screen. Just download the Podbean app. That's our WGJR Podbean app. Just go on your phone there where it says Podbean, www.podbean.com, and then just download the Podbean app, and you can listen to the show right there on your phone. And there are little couch symbols there. When you hit those couch symbols, you can get it calls in the show. There's also a telephone emblem, and there's a couch symbol. Those two are the best ways to get on our radio show. And I'm going to do a little test. Okay. And just to see who, just to see how it all works out. Okay. Let's see. Why don't we do it this way? I don't know. Sometimes it does it. Sometimes it doesn't. It will call me, but it's not calling me. So, okay, that's all right. Don't need to worry about that. But just hit those symbols. When you hit the symbol, it will call in the show. That's how that works. And you can get on the air. And all I do is I'll see your name jumping up and down there, and I hit that button, and I put you on the air. So you can join in the conversation and talk about different things that are on your mind. So please do download that app, because that helps you to get on the air here on GJRB. And we'll distribute this program all over the internet so that people can listen to the show and be a part of it. And while I do distribute songs, I do distribute the show around the internet and let people know we're on live. I use that time because sometimes I just can't type and talk at the same time. So sometimes what I'll do is I'll just throw a song in. And when the song is playing, I'm distributing my show all across the internet. And this is a new one from our good friend Gary Unger and his group called Song Brother. And we're going to debut this, a brand new song from his album called Heartfelt Love. This is called Girl, Where Are You?
Girl, where are you? You know I love you, baby. I really do. Girl, where are you? Don't you know that I've been searching all night through? Now if you don't come back soon, you know what I'll have to do. Oh, you're gonna force me to find someone new. Oh, girl, where are you? You know I love you, baby. Oh, I love you true. Oh, yeah. Now if you don't come back soon, you know what I'll have to do. Oh, you're gonna force me to find someone new. Oh, girl, where are you? Please come back, my baby. Oh, I love you true.
Oh yeah, a new one by our good friend Gary Younger and his group called Song Brother. It's called Girl, Where Are You on GJRB Online, and that's our new music here on Gary J in the Gary Russen program here on WGJR Worldwide. Thanks a lot for tuning into the program, and I hope you'll stay with me. And of course, like I said before, I love playing new music and new emerging artists. And if you are a group that has a new song out, you might have written, produced, please do let me know about it by sending it into my email, GaryJ65@yahoo.com, GaryJ021361 at gmail.com. And of course, send me your MP3 of your recording, and I review it. I listen to the song, and I give it careful consideration for a possible show. It'll go on the Up and Coming. When it gets played on Up and Coming, you're well on your way, because it gets into the into my add-ons list, and then the song gets frequently played here on GJRB Online and as regular music programming. So we have brand new songs, and I debut them and put them in a rotation. And once they are liked more and more and more, then I put it in a heavy rotation. And, a lot of people like that. Gives you a chance to get their song exposed. Let people know that we're out there and we're putting out music and playing a lot of it here for you. And a lot of music on our GJRB schedule. A lot of music. And, it's there for you. And so please do, if you get a chance, check out the show and listen to our broadcast. So, that's pretty much what I would like to say. And hope you'll tune in anyway. And, enjoy the program as we continue the Gary Russen program, midweek edition here on WGJR Worldwide. And of course, I also have another show in our family of shows, and that is the Best of the Gary Russen program. And I compile a lot of, I picked some of the best episodes of this program in the past, and make it so that you can, check out any show episodes you might have missed. It's called the Best of the Gary Russen program, and it's part of our GJRB Schedule 2021. So check that out whenever you can, okay? Because I love having people on board listening to the show. And, of course, this broadcast and a lot of GJRB broadcasts are available, of course, via Instagram. We're going to be moving. I'm going to be trying to get this show on Instagram. And Joe is back. And Doss into the live studio again during that last bit. So I don't know, must have not liked that song, but got some more good music coming up a little later on. You're welcome to join in the program. All you have to do, the lines are open. All you have to do is, if you have the app on your phone, all you have to do is just hit that call button, and I'll put you on the air, and you can talk to me that way. And it's always a pleasure when we get people calling in the program. Makes it more fun. And not only that, you never know, you might even hear yourself back if this show gets repeated and during the Best of the Gary Russen program. And I've done that a lot of times. I'm picking some of the best of the Gary Russen program. That means the best of the Gary Russen program. Some of the Gary Russen programs where I had call-ins, and I replay those. So be aware of that. You might just hear your voice back at you if I replay a show with you, a show you called in on. Otherwise, I download this program after it's over. As a matter of fact, when this show is over and completed, it goes on the on my website there on Podbean. My Podbean website, which is 58, let's say, is it GR58 1961? That is the WGJR worldwide website there on Podbean, and I will I usually put this show on that site so that you can listen to it back, and also that show gets uploaded to Spreaker. So this show still is heard on Spreaker, but as a podcast. So I'll take this podcast and I'll upload it over on Spreaker side too, so you can catch it. Just go to my Spreaker public site, and there's a way to do that through my website. That's Gary Russen website2.me. And I'm going to be going to another website, which is WordPress. I'm going to be having my WordPress blog reactivated, and I'm going to be using that as well. And I'm also working on a Wix website, so that I can put my RSS up there of this program or any of my live shows, so that you can catch them there as well too. So if you don't have a way of listening to this program here on Podbean through your phone, or if you don't have an iPhone or anything like that, you can still listen to this show on the internet. Either way, I'll try and make sure that we get this program on. So, yeah, okay, and you can be well aware of that, and make your plans to be here. All right, well, we get back to what we were doing. We're doing a scroll through social media. That means I go through Facebook, Twitter, and also on Instagram. And I usually, we got some messages here. I got a message in my, Keith Bailey sent me an attachment. That's what that was. Okay. My good friend Casey. Okay, let's go down to Scott. Got some messages. Scott Patrick, that is a test patterns, and I'm a TV station logo person. I'm a fanatic of TV station logos, and that's a page I follow on Facebook. It's fabulous. Also, a crash. This is a local story. There was a crash on I-80 bridge eastbound toward Illinois. This is a Channel 6 footage right now I'm looking at, and it looks, I can't hardly see exactly what happened there, but apparently there was an accident on the eastbound lane of the I-80 bridge, and I'll be following that story locally. So if you're headed that direction, please be careful if you're listening to this. Okay. Meanwhile, CBN and the 700 Club posted that BLM protesters aren't hiding their hate, shouting and tyrannical Iran man's favorite chant, Death to America. It's a story from CBN. Let's see, we can get that story up here as it loads up. So we get that one up there. From CBN. One group of parent Black Lives Matter protesters in California seem to have moved to a more from calling for racist justice to now calling for a total destruction of America. We kind of knew this. The work and they took to their protest up a notch recently, was shouting a chant often heard only from totalitarians like the Islamic regime in Iran with Death to America. The Blaze.com reported hundreds of BLM protesters marched through the streets of Oakland on August 26th, and they were dressed in black and were also repeating the new all too familiar chant. This video, there's a video here of it. Let's see if it'll play. Yeah, enough of that. And I'll tell you what, this Black Lives Matters is really, really, really ticking me off. I can't say any more other than the fact that I'm a proud patriot, American, Christian first. And this always upsets me every time I hear this Black Lives Matter stuff because, we need to stand up for Christ in America. We need to. Why do they hate this country so bad? Why is it they hate this country so bad? I just don't understand it. I can't. Sometimes I can't report the news without getting ticked off. It just gets me really riled up a lot of ways, and it just upsets me. It really does, and this stuff with Death to America is really, really getting me here. Meanwhile, weeks after Sturgis motorcycle rally, the first COVID-19 death, reopened cases in acceleration here in the Midwest. This is after the motorcycle thing over in Sturgis. I'll have that story coming up here in just a little bit. This is an interesting one. It's a Minnesota man who had rumbled into the North Dakota last month with thousands of other bikers for the annual Sturgis motorcycle rally was as reported being dead of COVID-19. A man in his 60s with underlying conditions was hospitalized in an intensive care unit there after returning from Sturgis. The Minnesota Department of Health confirmed this in an email to NBC News. The death was initially reported by the Washington Post in the first traced to a 10-day event, which attracts more than 400,000 people and has received up and has revved up the coronavirus crisis across the region. Well over 260 cases across 11 states, 260 cases across 11 states have already been reported before the first death linked to the Sturgis bash. Sometime the ruckus, the event that ran from August 7th through the 16th, during which the bars were packed and there was also barely any attempt made for social distancing or even donning any masks. Since then, the number of coronavirus cases have doubled in South Dakota, and there also has been a uptick in new cases being reported in neighboring North Dakota and Iowa, Minnesota, Nebraska as well, with the latest on NBC's digital figures, according to the digital figures. So, that's pretty much what they're saying there. And we'll keep tabs on that one for you. All right. You're listening to the Gary Russen program on WGJR Worldwide. I want to thank you for tuning in. And I hope you're enjoying the program wherever you're listening here on Podbean, on WGJR Worldwide, internationally, and, of course, across America on the internet. That's WGJR Worldwide right here on Podbean. And I thank you so much for tuning in today. And I hope you're enjoying the program wherever you're listening. And I hope that you like the show. And, of course, we'll be back on the air again on Friday with our monthly jazz program. We'll be telling you about the program schedule coming up here in just a little bit. But time now.
Now, a nationwide weather update. This is GJRB's Weather on the 5.
Let's take a look at some nationwide temperatures across America right now and give you a look at some of those temperatures and stuff. Let's take a look at what we got here. Starting with Los Angeles, California right now, it's fair and 80 degrees at this time. Phoenix, Arizona is 101 and fair. Eau Claire, Wisconsin, checking in at 79 degrees with sunny skies. Manhattan, New York, 79 degrees and partly cloudy at this time. Meanwhile, we go over to Houston, Texas, where it's 97 degrees and partly cloudy. San Francisco, 64 degrees and also partly cloudy. Tampa, Florida is cloudy with a high of 86 degrees currently. We got a couple of triangles in that bunch. Take a look and see what some of the weather is in some of those areas. And Portland, Oregon, checking in 84 degrees with sunshine right now. We'll have another weather update coming up in just about a half hour from now. Weather on the 5s, 25 and 55 minutes past the hour, or any time in the hour that ends in 5. Weather on the 5s on GJRB2 or WGJR Worldwide here on Podbean.
Recently, the owner of Facebook had to face Congress over personal information on Facebook users. In addition, users were saying that their postings were being deleted. Getting sick and tired of your censorship and your data being used without your permission? Do something about it now. Come to MeWe, the internet social site that values your freedom. No more deleted postings. Make a step to freedom. Sign up today. It's easy. Go to www.MeWe.com. That's MEWE. MeWe, the internet's free speech social site. Coast to coast and way out there, fans, listen up. If you like UFO conspiracies, ghosts, and the paranormal, you'll love Spaced Out Radio. Spreaker's answer to Coast AM with more interesting guest experts in the paranormal and UFOs each month. If you like Way Out There, you'll love Spaced Out Radio. Own the night with Spaced Out Radio with Dave Scott. Nightly at 11 p.m. Central, 12 o'clock midnight Eastern, and 9 p.m. Pacific on Spreaker.
On the SOR YouTube channel. The blues, the primary start to rock and roll music. The music in which artists express their feelings through music. This is a new blues show featuring the best of the blues, with new emerging artists getting their thrill of hearing their selections played along with the greats like Muddy Waters, B.B. King, and Etta James, along with a whole lot more. To the Blues House on GJRB.
Coast to coast and way out there, fans, listen up. If you like UFO conspiracies, ghosts, and the paranormal, you'll love Spaced Out Radio. Spreaker's answer to Coast AM with more interesting guest experts in the paranormal and UFOs each month. If you like Way Out There, you'll love Spaced Out Radio. Own the night. Radio with Dave Scott. Nightly at 11 p.m. Central, 12 o'clock midnight Eastern, and 9 p.m. Pacific on Spreaker.
On the SOR YouTube channel. And of course, he has a great show every night here on Spreaker. You want to check that out? That's www.spreaker.com, and just type it in the search engine, or you'll find it by going into the WGJR Worldwide, the GJRB website, and that's GaryRussen.website2.me. And that is where you'll find some great stuff. And, of course, you'll find all our show schedules and stuff like that. And I'm working on a brand new website right now. And that website will probably replace the website.com one. And we'll have all the podcasts up there. And, of course, you can check out. But Spaced Out Radio is on, just type in Spaced Out Radio in the Spreaker search engine there. And you'll find it. It's a great show, 11 p.m. Central Time. All right, here, that's on Spreaker. Okay, Spaced Out Radio with Dave Scott. It's a great program. It absolutely is. All right, there. It is 4 o'clock Central Daylight Time right now, 4 p.m., 5 o'clock Eastern, 2 o'clock Pacific.
WGJR Worldwide.
And you're listening to WGJR Worldwide. I'm Gary J. Russen, and welcome to the second hour of the Gary Russen program, midweek edition here on WGJR Worldwide. We're doing a scroll through social media. It's one of my favorite segments. Ed Delgado, I want to thank Ed Delgado, the Caramel Conservative, for acknowledging our scroll through social media on one of his shows recently. And thank him so much for that, because I love that feature. And it's where I take go through the social sites and read what you're posting. And we're going to go over to Twitter pretty soon. And there's that video again of that accident down on I-80 there, on the I-80 bridge. And I don't know all the full details because I can barely see that page, but because there was a bad accident today, so we'll check that out. Someone posting here, oh sure, man, we haven't heard from you in quite a long time there, Snarky Odyssey Jarvis posted, my cell phone was shut down and I'm going on Wi-Fi and I don't know how much longer I have with that, so I wonder what's going on with her. She seems to be losing a lot of stuff. So, gee, we're going to have to check in on her real soon. Also, Wendy Bell was live. I wonder what she has to say. I love to hear what Wendy Bell has to say. Here's Wendy Bell. This is a fabulous talk show host. She's on KDKA every afternoon at 3 o'clock Eastern Time. And she always has a great opening monologue on her program. And she's talking about outrageousness and about some of the outrageousness going on. And let's listen to what Wendy has to say.
Oh my. I have been in the media in some semblance for 25 years. And I will tell each of you right now, I have never before, ever before, felt the level of love and consideration and support as I feel right now and have felt for the last 48 hours. Because, there is a mobilization out there. When people disagree with your viewpoint in this country, particularly on the left, there is a mobilization that happens. And the effort is to take you down at any cost. Watch anybody out there who's bold enough to talk about conservative values or just common sense. And the knives are out, pitchforks, right? And that's what's been going down in my world. And then you guys stepped in. It has been unbelievable what you have said, what you have done, the thousands upon thousands, I'd say more than 10,000 people commenting to efforts to smear my name. Unreal. From the bottom of my heart, I'm here every day because I care. I care about truth. I care about America. And obviously, it resonates.
Me too,
with
Wendy.
you. Thank you. Seriously. Let's get to the business of the day, and I want to set the table because I think it's important And this is happening all over, and it's been going on. But I think, and we've talked in the past about when something that sounds like a good idea goes way too far and goes off the rails. And then the tipping point where the message that's trying to be conveyed is no longer heard and is now falling upon deaf ears. And we've got that in America right now. And I've put the BS board behind me, okay? This is what I think is going on. And I think this encapsulates what I'm saying right now very well. It's when outrage becomes outrageous. When everything that goes on around you that you're not lockstep with is offensive or sparks your what? And you become outraged to the point where you cannot even function and it becomes outrageous. This is where we are. And I have one case in point, okay? So Roger Goodell has announced that when the NFL, God willing, comes back into full play and we see televised games or we're allowed to hopefully go back, if you so choose, in the end zones, there's going to be a message for fans, for players, for everybody alike. And it will read, "End racism." End racism. I don't know how you feel about the NFL, about the NBA, about Premier League soccer, what any sports franchise, organization, entity, what they have to say about social or political matters. Do you go to watch the Steelers play football for a player to tell you about their politics? It would be like me going to my financial planner and asking for a good Caesar salad dressing recipe. Or for me to go to the Lamont, where I enjoy so much, and to have the chef come out and give me some advice on financial planning. It's out of their lane. Yes? We're beyond out of our lanes now. All lines are blurred to the point where the messages are falling on deaf ears. Do you think that the NFL putting "end racism" in the end zones is really going to have an effect? Because of course, in a perfect world, racism wouldn't exist. We wouldn't have disparities. We wouldn't have people feeling disenfranchised or discriminated against, regardless of what they look like, their gender, what have you. Of course, in a utopia, we wouldn't have these feelings. But does professional football saying "end racism" in the end zone, does that move the needle? Does that speak to somebody who's watching, a racist, and have them say, "You know what? You're right. I'm going to stop saying what I say or feeling the way I feel. Roger Goodell is onto something"? No, ladies and gentlemen, it's when outrage becomes outrageous. Nobody's going to sit here and say that there is room for these things that all of us can agree upon are wrong. No more than any of us can say that George Floyd should not be alive today. He should be alive today. Yes, we agree on this. But what we see what's going on, ladies and gentlemen, is a conflating of messages and a pounding into people that you are inherently evil, you are wrong, you are so bad, you don't even know it. And it's all your fault. We've reached the tipping point so that people don't even want to look at each other anymore if we don't look like each other. Well, what's in it for me? Why would I even want anything I say or do can be misconstrued in some crazy way and taken out of context and isolated and used to create some false narrative that is simply outrageous, born of outrage. Now, in this tipping point, I believe more and more people need to say, enough is enough. It's all well and good for businesses and corporations to put out training modules that teach people about equality in the workplace. But how far are we really going in addressing the true problems in this country? Poverty, the lack of access to quality education, There's no excuse for people not being able to read in the United States of America. A lack of opportunity, a lack of affordable housing. Saying that we need to end racism is a lovely concept that, of course, everybody can get behind. But what does it do? It is lipstick on a pig. It's no substance. And I say we're at a critical point in our American history where we need less outrage and outrageous behavior, and we need more solutions. We need more ways, reasonable, tangible solutions, not platitudes. We need a playbook. If we want to fundamentally change what's going on and we want to fundamentally leave a better America to the next generation, which by God is my objective, we need to get serious about doing away with this garbage and rolling up our sleeves and getting down to business. And that means having real conversations without the outrage.
Yeah, absolutely right. Absolutely right. And that is Wendy Bell. She's on KDKA. Yeah, welcome back, Doss. Yeah, that's Wendy Bell. Wendy Bell is a talk show host on KDKA in Pittsburgh. She has an afternoon program in Pittsburgh from 3 to 6 p.m. Eastern Time, 2 to 5 p.m. Central. And she puts on, I like what she has to say. And she's absolutely right. Absolutely right. Yeah. Wendy Bell, KDKA in radio in Pittsburgh, AM 1020. One of the greatest American radio stations, celebrating 100 years on the air in November. KDKA radio in Pittsburgh. Wendy Bell, she was a talk show. She did news. She was an anchor person. Before she did that, she was an anchor person on Channel 4, which was our ABC affiliate, WTAE in Pittsburgh. And then she said something not too nice or something, and she got tossed out of her ear over Channel 4. But she's now on. She's now doing that talk show on KDKA Radio. Yeah, she sounds great. I'm sure the left will declare her as a Nazi. Yeah, and they're treating her like crap. Actually, I take a conservative point of view on a lot of things here in this program too, as well. And you dare to stand up for your conservative values, and you're brought down. And I don't care. I'm still going to stand up for my conservative values. I just believe that Christ should be put on top in America. Jesus Christ should be brought on top in America again. We should once again say, God bless America, because see, we need Jesus Christ in the United States of America. Welcome to join in the program. If you have the app, all you have to do is hit that couch button or the phone emblem. And if you are listening to us on your Android phone, iPhone, whatever, and you're listening to this, you can call in the program and get on the air, and you know, we can chat. And I love doing this kind of program. And you know, we talk a lot about Black Lives Matters. You know, yeah, all lives matter through Jesus Christ. You know, he all lives matter. Christ, all lives matters. He died on the cross for our sins. And yeah, no, they don't. Why don't all lives matter? Why? Tell me why doesn't all lives matter? Why is it that we hate this country so bad? What is so wrong with the United States of America? That was what I'd like to know. And I'm not getting a direct answer. Why do not all lives matter? Why? Tell me why not all lives matter. I just don't get it. Because there are a lot of, let's see, there's a lot of piece of, I can't read that. I'm sorry. Shout people out there. Well, I don't know. I guess my life doesn't matter then, huh? Is that what it is? Um, I don't know. I just don't understand it. Um, well, yeah, murderers, rapists, um, sexual, yeah, yeah. Those are the evil ones. Those are the ones that commit the crimes. But okay, granted. I'm not regulating this to race. Okay, all right. Okay. Yeah. Everybody's capable of murder. Everybody's capable of murder. Anybody can do anything. We're capable. We're capable. But here's the deal. I'm not. I get angry about things that this Black Lives Matters. I get angry enough that I want to beat the living tar out of every one of them, but I believe that lives matter. Look, there's a story, and I think Ed Delgado is you have to listen to Ed Delgado, caramel conservative, and he's heard on Spreaker every Tuesday night, and he has a program there at 8 p.m. and he puts on a program. He talks about a story about these are inmates in a prison, and one of their guards apparently was having a heart attack, and the inmates got together and got help for this guy. Okay, the inmates got together and helped this guy. Now, that kind of shows that not all criminals murder. All criminals. There are those that have a positive reform. I believe that. I believe that some criminals get out of prison and they're sorry for what they've done, and they have restituted. And it's important that we we don't judge. Christ says, don't judge, lest you be judged. And there are times when criminals, they do what they do, and some of them are relatively mean, but there are some that reform. Some that reform. Oh, you're gonna go get a taco. Great. Well, I hope you enjoy your taco. Thanks a lot for joining the program, Doss. And thank you so much for being in the program. Thanks for participating into the program and joining me here on the Gary Russen program, midweek edition here on WGJR Worldwide. You can join in the program too. All you have to do is get into the chat room. And like I said, I'm sorry, my eyesight's not good. I'm working on that issue as soon as my stupid glasses get in here. And once I think my glasses, I should be able to see a whole heck of a lot better than what I'm seeing now. So, yeah, it's going to take a while, but we'll get there. All righty. Let me see. But anyway, like I said before, it's just that point that we should, consider that all lives matter. And I'm sorry, it's just how I see it through, Jesus Christ. And people people can change and can reform. And I sincerely believe that. There's always a way. Let's see if I can find my remote. Let's see. Let's see. I had it here, and sometimes I lose it, and then I can't find it. And I need it the most. So if I don't get the weather on this time round, I will do it in the next segment. Here it is, right in front of me. Boy, am I blind today. I can't see anything in front of my face-to-face the band. Let's see here. I'm going to go over to Weather Nation because we're going to be doing our weather on the fives here in just a little bit here on WGJR Worldwide, across the internet on Podbean. WGJR Worldwide. We got some great programs. I'm going to be talking about them in just a little bit. Some new shows. And some of these are going to be heard here on WGJR, but mostly on GJRB Online on Spreaker. And we got some great programs, new music, new emerging artists, Christian rock. I play everything from Christian rock to big band music from the 1940s. And I love playing that stuff. And it's fabulous music. And it's great to listen to. And I hope you'll tune in to WGJR Worldwide. And, of course, some of the programs here on this thing only gives me 5 hours of space. But we will simulcast some of GJRB Online's programming here on WGJR Worldwide. And sometimes it'll just be over on Spreaker. But you can check out all our programs by going into my website, and I'll be posting my website address. It's GaryRussen.website2.me, and you'll find all the information about it. And then, of course, I'll be working on my WordPress blog, and I'm going to be doing vlogs, videos. I'll be doing videos and different things like that. I'm going to have a video version of this program again. And you'll be able to catch our show. And as soon as I get a better computer where I'll be able to do more with the OBS, I'm going to be doing a lot of live shows on video as well as on radio. So I got 2 studios, one here and one over at the Church of Christ. And that other studio will be used a lot for that kind of purpose as well. All right, tell you what we're going to do right now. We're going to get ready for weather on the 5. So why don't we get ready to do that right now?
Now, a nationwide weather update. This is GJRB's Weather on the 5.
And let's take a look at some of the nationwide weather here as we get in your weather on the 5s here on WGJR Worldwide. Take a look at what's going on there. Seattle, Washington, 79 degrees is expected high today. As you get further northeast, Bismarck, 72 degrees. Billings, Montana is 86 degrees. 91 is expected today for tomorrow. This is for tomorrow. Tomorrow, it's going to be 91 degrees for Salt Lake City, Utah, 86 degrees in Denver, Colorado. Los Angeles is expecting 86 degrees. 107 is expected in Phoenix, Arizona. 107 also is expected in Las Vegas, Nevada at this point. And 94 degrees in Charlotte. And let's see, 87 degrees in Nashville, 95 degrees for Raleigh. And let's take a look at our Weather Nation.
Meteorologist Matt Monroe want to talk a lot about severe weather and flooding threats here.
Half inches of rain, so it's no big surprise we have
For today, rainfall amounts could reach between 4 and 6 inches. That is a huge amount of rainfall. Anywhere from Jonesboro and Little Rock, Arkansas, back down through Texarkana, across Oklahoma, and parts of northern and central Texas. There is a really high risk of heavy rainfall here, especially Little Rock and just off to the west of that. Very rarely do we have the Weather Prediction Center, and that's part of the National Weather Service, issuing a high risk for something like this with rainfall. It only happens a handful of times a year, so this is actually a fairly significant threat of some flooding right there in central Arkansas. That's a hilly area too, so flash flooding, they're kind of prone for that, unfortunately. And then severe weather with high winds anywhere from Temple, Texas, down through San Antonio, just to the east of San Angelo, and another threat right in here, Arkansas, northern Louisiana, northern Mississippi, up through Kentucky and Tennessee. And with this area, we got to be concerned about tornadoes. Could get some rotation here out across towns like Jackson, and then back down and through Memphis, Jonesboro, Arkansas, right down towards the Mississippi River. So here comes the front, and then here comes all that rain. And again, don't forget, we've gotten so much rain already in this part of the country. Any additional rain could cause some flooding, and that's why we're really concerned about that. Heavy rainfall coming out of eastern Texas in through Arkansas through tomorrow morning. And then once we start going over the next 24 hours, this is the big stripe of rain that could actually come down eastern Texas, southern Arkansas, in through northwestern Louisiana. That's anywhere from about 2 to 5 inches of potential rain there. Now, we also talked a lot about severe weather. Severe weather is actually kind of tough to have. You need all the right atmospheric ingredients in order to have that. Let's talk more about that with meteorologist Carissa Kloss.
When forecasting severe weather, there are 4 common ingredients we look for: shear, lift, instability, and moisture. Or an easier way to remember, SLIM. Shear is a change in wind speed or direction with height. Speed shear can help a thunderstorm's updraft stay strong. Directional shear, especially in the lower levels, induces rotation within the storm. Rotation enhances storm strength and organization, making it more efficient at producing severe weather. Shear is a vital element of tornado formation. Lift is all about getting things going. A front is the most common source of lift, but can also be caused by geography or large-scale atmospheric conditions. It's a trigger to force the air to rise. Vertical motion in the atmosphere naturally cools the air, forming clouds and eventually precipitation. Once the air starts moving upward, instability causes it to rise a lot faster, creating updrafts. Think of it like this. You heat a hot air balloon from the inside, making it less dense than the air around it. When the atmosphere is unstable, the warm, moist air from the surface being lifted is less dense than the air around it. Strong updrafts are important in building large hailstones. Moisture is pretty self-explanatory. You need water vapor in the air for condensation and precipitation to take place. More moisture can also increase instability values. These 4 ingredients come in different quantities during any given storm. Their magnitude and interaction with each other produce varying types and intensities of severe weather. For Weather Nation, I'm meteorologist Carissa Kloss.
And there you go. And hello. Interesting. Okay, that's why. All right, didn't bring my mic up back up. I remember to bring that gain back up. I forget sometimes. I'll forget to bring the gain up on my microphone there. But anyway, coming up in just a little bit, stay tuned. We got more of the Gary Russen program midweek edition. We're going to crank up 50 minutes of nonstop talk and music and fun. So hope you'll stay with me for the next 50 minutes. We're going to talk a lot more about what is going on with you and what's going on. Talk more about Black Lives Matters and all that stuff, and what I believe, and my conservative values, and why our conservative values are being attacked. We'll talk a lot about that and a whole lot more coming up as we continue the Gary Russen program, midweek edition here on GJRB Online. We'll talk about our programming schedule too, and a lot of other stuff. So I'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Watch. Pray. For you not know what hour the Son of God will return. Prophecy. New World Order, terrorism, economic collapse, wars, pandemics, Israel. When they say peace, then cometh sudden destruction. Volcanic eruptions, earthquakes, signs in the heavens. Keep up with world news and events you hear on GJRB's News on the Hour. Go to End Time Headlines at www.endtimeheadlines.org. With a lot of chaos happening, keep in touch with End Time Headlines and GJRB. Imagine one day turning around on your internet radio only to find a station playing old radio programs, complete with commercials, and thinking, what am I tuning into? The past? You might be, or it's just GJRB Online and Radio Land. And they have nothing but classic radio shows back to back with classic commercials in between. Like the days of radio. Almost like your computer is picking up signals through time. Closer than you'll ever get to time travel. Radioland. America's Street Music is back on GJRB, Bluegrass with the Grass Goals, Bill Monroe and his Bluegrass Boys, and so much more. So it's time to bring it back, not more often. It's Bluegrass Jubilee Freestyle, with all the great songs you heard before, and some new up-and-coming stars with some emerging bluegrass. Also, some all-time gospel favorites, too. Now at a new time. Every second Wednesday of the month at 3 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Eastern, and 1 p.m. Pacific on the GJRB Online Network. GJR Worldwide.
And, of course, that's going to be a new time, actually. Bluegrass Jubilee will be heard every Wednesday. Every Wednesday right here on GJRB Online over on Spreaker. And that's great bluegrass music. Along with that, it's a great combination of programs, including classic country. Play some of our little country favorites. And then later on in the afternoon, we do have that. It's called Bluegrass Jubilee. And let's see here. Why don't you go into my documents for a minute? Oh, here, wait a minute. Where I just had it. Okay, let me see. The page will come up. My document. Here we go. Wednesday. Let's see what we got here. First off, let's go back into here and cut my music off. Okay, anyway, welcome back to the program, and we're going to start off now 50 minutes of nonstop talk and music here on WGJR Worldwide, the Gary Russen program midweek edition. And I hope you're enjoying the program. And as I said earlier, we have classic country at 10 a.m. to noon, and then every Wednesday from 12 until 2 o'clock, 12 until 2, we have Bluegrass Jubilee every Wednesday. Great bluegrass music. And it's all right here. And it's on GJRB Online. So you want to check that out. That's great bluegrass music on Bluegrass Jubilee and that's going to be on our new GJRB schedule, brand new GJRB schedule, schedule 2021. And you can listen to Bluegrass Jubilee every Wednesday at, let's see, you'll hear Bluegrass Jubilee every Wednesday at 12 o'clock noon Central Time. So I hope you'll tune in for that. Of course, that's great stuff there, and shows mostly pre-recorded, but I bring you some of the best in blue. And reason is because a lot of my music shows don't get listeners anyway, so I decided to pre-record a lot of my music shows for that reason. So, but Bluegrass Jubilee, if a show is ready, it will be on the air live on Wednesdays live Wednesday afternoon at 12 o'clock noon Central Time, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 o'clock Eastern, right here on GJRB. Tell you what, we're going to continue with our scroll through social media, and we are going to flip over now to Twitter and take a look at what's going on. So you got a notification here on Twitter. See what we have here. Oh, yeah, Donald Trump here now. Live Frito, at fake news, CNN. I like the way that. At CNN, very interesting. Joy Reid should be fired for the for this horrible use of the words Muslim terrorist, such as xenophobia and racism on MSNBC. Anyone else would be gone and fast. That's a Trump tweet on my Twitter page. Wow. Didn't there a notification? Wow. Let's see what else we got here. From the Daily Mail Online, assassin sparked poison on Alexei, and we talked about this an hour ago, on Alexei Navalny. Okay. Underwear. Not Navalny's underwear. So according to a scientist, and we were talking about that earlier. Also from WPXI Pittsburgh, President Trump Biden will both mark 9/11 anniversaries in Shanksville, Pennsylvania. Good deal. CBS 4 Miami, Joe Biden, President Trump is scheduled to debate three times. Three times before Election Day. First will be on September 29th. That's a Wednesday in Delaware. Mr. Biden said, I'd love to have a crawler at the bottom of the screen, a fact checker, when we speak. So they're going to put a fact checker in there. He wants a fact checker in there. Mr. Biden does. So I guess again, he wants to fact check Mr. Trump. That doesn't surprise me any. Fact checker. You got to wonder, though, how true these fact checkers actually are. I mean, come on, really? I mean, during the... Yeah. I would scrutinize every single fact. I'll debate every single fact, because if they do something with Trump and they fact check him, it's probably a lot of bull. No doubt about it. From the blaze, Antifa commander cried out in a fetal position after being caught with flamethrower smoke grenades on the way to protest. It's from the blaze. I saw that story. Antifa crying out in a fetal position. Oh, what a shame. Got caught. That's a pity. What a darn blasted shame. Let's see. This is according to the Blaze reported this. A Wisconsin man was caught with a flamethrower, smoke grenades, and fireworks while headed toward the protest in Green Bay over the weekend, according to WBAY TV. Matthew Banta, 23-year-old, charged with obstructing an officer and 2 counts of felony bail jumping. The station reported that he also is known to be a violent Antifa member, also incites violence to otherwise relatively peaceful protests, according to WBAY. Believe it or not, the Banta also is known as Commander Red, according to the police. Green Bay Police and WBAY say they called holding a bunch of white people with sticks, baseball bats, and helmets headed toward the police on Walnut Street near the Webster Avenue on Saturday night. So, again, they whine, they cry when they get arrested, yet they don't realize the reason why they got arrested. See, it's just these brats. It's what they are. They're total brats, and they're just getting all bent out of shape because of law and order. Sure. Let's see. WPXI in Pittsburgh just in. This is in Pittsburgh. According to the WPXI just in, authorities said that a man was found dead in the Monongahela River in Pittsburgh just days after being reported missing. So that's a sad one. Let's see. We have a message here. Messaging. Let's see what we got here. Oh, no, we got a message here. Big things for Raymond Leach. I wished him a happy birthday back on the 10th. That was the day of the hurricane here, the inland hurricane here in Clinton. So that was what that was about. As I'm in now on my in page, and that is that other LinkedIn. I'm also there as well on my LinkedIn page. My shows are available. By the way, you'll find the today's show, posted on the LinkedIn page. So if you're on LinkedIn, check that out and you follow me, Gary Russen. Check that out. I am on the LinkedIn page there. So if you want to find our show, it's there as well. So you want to check that out. All right, let's see here. 4:43 Central Daylight Time, 5:43 Eastern, 2:43 Pacific, and you're listening to the Gary Russen program on WGJR Worldwide. And we're doing 50 minutes of nonstop talking music. And that means that we do talk a little bit, do some more scroll through social media, play some music. Just a pretty good afternoon of good stuff here. So you want to check out our show. Love to hear from you. If you like our music and our programming, please let me know. I'd love to hear from you. And we can chat about different things. So please do join me. We had Doss in earlier, and one of those that believes that not all lives matter. I just kind of like that to question that still, because I believe that all lives do matter. And he was in but left to get a taco. So we're here just play some music, new emerging artist. We do a lot of that. If you royalty-free music, got some new music as well. Got a good friend out of Cincinnati who recorded this not too long ago. There's a big hit on our GJRB list. It's from Samuel Day. This is called Time to Live on WGJR Worldwide.
She's got music in her head, and he's got a picture you ought to see. He's got stories to wake the dead, and she's got a dream that's beyond you and me. How many times have we just let the monster tell us that we'll never make it on the radio? It's just the lions, I won't let that sucker hold me back, 'cause they'll be smart enough to play me low. And it's time to live. Just take a look around at the greatness and the sounds. It's time to live. We're not hiding. She's an actress by the day, but she wears a uniform at night. You ought to pay him more to play, but he's not the kind to put up a fight. How many times have we just let the monster tell us that the only good is on the radio? It's just the lions, I won't let that sucker hold me back, 'cause he's not strong enough to slay me, no. And it's time to live. Just take a look around at the greatness and the sounds. It's time to live. We're not hiding. I've made music for a while, and I've got some pictures you ought to see. I've played a part just to make you smile, and I've got a story to help you. Believe. How many times have we just let the monster tell us that we'll never make it on the radio? It's just the lions, I won't let that sucker hold me back, 'cause they'll be smart enough to play me that. And it's time to live. Just take a look around at the greatness and the sounds. It's time to live.
Of course, that song is getting stuck, and the reason is because when I get on the internet, it'll cut my song out when I'm playing it. So sometimes I have to find stuff on my phone while a song's playing, because otherwise it'll cut that. So that's Time to Live. That is Samuel Day, and I'm Gary J. Russen here on WGGR Worldwide. Let's see if we can let that play. Let me see. Let's see.
Just take a look around.
Yeah, it's just cutting out. We can play songs on the internet, on the GGRB, but as soon as I go into the internet, it'll cut the song out. So what I have to do now is make sure that I just find my stuff on my phone, as opposed to going into the internet on the computer, because what happens is it cuts my song out when I do that, and it makes it so that it makes it impossible to play songs and search on the internet at the same time. So whatever the case may be there. Anyway, this is WGGR Worldwide. I'm Gary J. Russen. This is the Gary Russen Program Midweek Edition. And we're going to talk about our program schedule. Coming up next hour, we'll give you our Spreaker Podbean shout outs and promotions. Some of the podcasters that I listen to here on Podbean, a lot of the podcasters I listen to on Spreaker, and let you know to tune into some of these fabulous people. So we do that next hour, our shout outs and promotions right here on WGJR Worldwide. Monday, so here's what's happening. We'll be off the air tomorrow. No live radio tomorrow. I'm going to be recording some music shows and stuff for our automation. So I'll be off the air. But I'll be back on the air Friday afternoon. We're going to start about 1 o'clock Central Time here on GJRB on Spreaker. Bringing you, of course, our Jazz Weekend. That'll be on GJRB online on Spreaker. That'll be on Spreaker on Friday, 1 o'clock Central Time for some smooth jazz. It's a wave of smooth jazz at 1 o'clock. And at 3 o'clock, we're here live for 3 hours of great smooth jazz, smooth afternoon with great smooth jazz, relaxing kickback jazz, news every 30 minutes. And we give you an up-to-date look at what's going on in the national weather with Weather on the Fives. And it's just a kickback afternoon with relax some jazz. So I hope you'll tune in to our Jazz Weekend. Starts Friday afternoon, 1 o'clock Central for the wave of smooth jazz. Smooth afternoon at 3 o'clock. And we have some great jazz throughout the evening. Easy nights later at night. It's that beautiful music. And, of course, all the great on the elevator music stations that used to be on FM. It's a great, beautiful music with easy nights. And, of course, on Saturday, we have some great smooth jazz during the early part of the day. And then at 3 o'clock, I'm on live again, live at 3 o'clock on Saturday afternoon for the Best of Jazz. Got some more great jazz tracks to play for you. Jazz fusion, classic jazz. Got some more John Coltrane. We'll be playing a lot of that. Some more Dizzy Gillespie. I've got a bunch of tracks. Got some albums I'm going to play some great tracks from, including Miles Davis. So hope you'll tune in for the Best of Jazz. That's on Saturday afternoon, 3 o'clock right here. That's over on GJRB online on Spreaker for the Best of Jazz. And it's always fabulous. I got jazz fusion, classic jazz, smooth jazz. And, of course, we can go back to the big band era as well. I love to play Tommy Dorsey, Glenn Miller, and all that. So tune into the Best of Jazz Saturday afternoon on GJRB online on Spreaker at 3 o'clock Central Daylight Time, 4 o'clock Eastern. And great program of jazz music, 1 o'clock p.m. Pacific. That's on Spreaker on GJRB online. All right, we got a lot of other good stuff coming up here. Beautiful day, blue sky outside our studios here in Clinton, Iowa. Clinton, Iowa is about 41 miles due northeast of Davenport, which is the Quad Cities area. And we are pretty close to the pretty much part of the Quad Cities, Moline and Rock Island on the Illinois side of the Mississippi, and on the western side of the Mississippi, Davenport and Bettendorf, which is a pretty small town, Bettendorf. And, of course, down the ways a little bit, if you recognize LeClaire, recognize that area, that is where they produced the TV series American Pickers. And that is the show where they got those two guys that Mike and Frank, they pick up old antique items, they resell them, he bids on them. It's pretty good. These guys are fabulous. And that is the Antique Archaeology. That is located in LeClaire, just above the service station up there, the convenience store. And these guys have been around for quite some time, and they find some real interesting old items and they bid on them, and they sell them out. And it's interesting. They have another store in Nashville, Tennessee, I believe, in an old car assembly line. And they collect a lot of old stuff. It's fabulous. These guys are just interesting. I love American Pickers. I don't get a chance to watch it as much as I used to. I used to watch American Pickers all the time, and I haven't watched it in ages. It's a great show, and they do a lot of neat stuff. I mean, they find a lot of neat stuff. And if you ever get a chance to watch American Pickers, please do. It's a great show. It is. It's one of my favorites. All right, so what we're going to do right now, we're going to go ahead and do Weather on the 5.
Nationwide weather update. This is GJRB's Weather on the 5.
All righty then. Let's take a look and see what's going on in nationwide weather right now here on GJRB Online. And take a look at what's going on here. Brooklyn, New York. Brooklyn, New York, you guys right now have winds coming out of the south at 6 miles per hour. Your barometric pressure standing at 29.82 inches of mercury. Relative humidity is 76%. Brooklyn, New York, you guys are predicting chance of rain tonight with a low of 72. Tomorrow, 86 degrees. Chance of rain again on Friday with a high of 86 degrees. That is for you people in Brooklyn, New York. And taking a look at some other areas. Charlotte, North Carolina right now. You guys are 90 degrees. Feels like 93 right now there. You have, let's see. Okay. Your winds are coming out of the west-southwest at 7 miles per hour. And you have a barometric pressure of 29.89 inches of mercury. Relative humidity, 56%. 2.72. And in Charlotte, you guys are expecting tonight partly cloudy skies, a low of 74. Tomorrow, it'll be 94 degrees and sunny. And tomorrow night, 75 degrees and partly cloudy skies for Charlotte. Friday, chance of rain with a high of 92. Chicago, Illinois, right now, checking in 87 degrees right now, with winds coming out of the west at 15 miles per hour. Barometric pressure, 29.77 inches of mercury. 86 degrees and partly sunny for today. Tomorrow, expecting 79 degrees in your weather forecast. And there's some of the weather for some of those areas. Take a look at some of the crucial weather that I wanted to talk about from the from Weather Underground, some of the areas that have those triangles by them. So I want to take a look at some of those areas. Portland, Oregon right now is 84 degrees and sunny at this time in Portland. And right now, let's see what we got for Portland, Oregon, people. You guys are under a red flag warning in Portland right now, according to the train vault station in Portland, Oregon right now. It's 89 degrees there right now. It feels like 91. You have west winds at 1 mile per hour, and right now your relative humidity is 34%. You have a 55 on the dew point. Clear skies right now, 10-mile visibility with barometric pressure at 30.02 inches of mercury. Index, the UV index for you guys in Portland right now is 6. It's not too bad. 15, good air quality. No pollen in the air. Dry conditions at this point. 0% chance of precipitation tonight. Beautiful sunshine. High of 88 degrees for Portland, Oregon at this time. Portland, Oregon. Tonight, clear skies, low about 61 with winds north-northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And tomorrow, expecting a 10% chance of precipitation again. Sunny skies, high 94 with north-north winds at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Once again, according to the Portland's train vault station, 89 degrees is the current temperature for Portland, Oregon at this time. All right, let's see what we got here. Some of the other areas. Portland, Oregon right now, again, is under a red flag warning. And I think it has to do with some of that fires that are going on right now. pretty much. Red flag warning in effect until 2 p.m. That's 2 o'clock p.m. Pacific time, which I think is just over now anyway. Pretty much, I think. But until 8 p.m. So it starts at 2, so it's going on now. It'll be over at 8 p.m. Pacific time, which is 6 o'clock our time. So for the next couple hours, with evening and it's not going to be happening for this evening. Wind, low relative humidity is for fire conditions. The National Weather Service in Portland has issued a red flag warning for winds and low relative humidity, which could go into effect until 2 p.m. this afternoon. I said that already. It's 4 o'clock here. And for you guys, so you guys are now at 3 p.m. Central to 3 p.m. Pacific time. So you're in the midst of that right now. Winds go about 10 to 15 miles per hour with gusts at 25 miles per hour. Weather on the 5s, 25 and 55 minutes past the hour. Anytime in the hour that ends in 5, weather on the 5s right here on WGJR Worldwide. And thank you so much for tuning into the program. I'm Gary J. Russen. Thanks a lot for tuning in, and I hope you're enjoying the program wherever you're listening across America. This is the Gary Russen program on WGJR Worldwide.
WGJR Worldwide.
And it is the top of the hour. Right now, top of the hour, 5 o'clock Central Daylight Time, a little bit about 1 minute past 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock Eastern Time, and it's after 3 in the Pacific. And I'm Gary J. Russen. Welcome to the final hour, the last hour of the Gary Russen program, midweek edition here on WGJR Worldwide. And we had some people in the chat room today, a guy named Doss, D-O-S. He was in here in and out for the past couple hours of the show. Kind of didn't agree with me about All Lives Matters. Kind of left. He was eating. He has left to have a taco. So, but he was in here for a little while and left. But that's okay. Like I said before, we agree on some things and we're going to agree to disagree on others. And sometimes, you might not agree with what I have to say, but and you have a right to leave, but no need to. We can get along and have a difference of opinion. This is how I see that. Not necessarily always going to agree with me, but you have a right to that difference of opinion, and it's important that you have that. But just to say that, I am a conservative who believes that life is important and we need to, Christ gave us that life and we should respect it. And, it's just important, Anyway, in the last hour of our program, we're going to talk about more of that. We'll have some more music. We're doing 50 minutes of nonstop talk and music here on WGJR Worldwide. You're welcome to join in the program. We still got quite a bit of time left to go, so you can join in. Once again, if you are listening on Podbean, all you have to do is download that Podbean app. It's going to podbean.com, and you'll see that app, and just download it to your iPhone or your Android, and you can participate in the show, but you can listen to us live, and you can tune in and talk. And it's always fabulous when we get some people in here. We had Doss earlier, the only one who was on here, and talking in the chat room a little bit to us. Usually they come and they go. Sometimes they stay and sometimes they don't. But, it's always nice to have people aboard to be part of the show. And thank you so much for tuning in this afternoon. And meanwhile, along with that, I usually play a little bit of music, kind of break the monotony a little bit when it gets a little slow. And I do that quite a bit. This is one of our latest from our GTRB playlist, Life So Far. It's a good one. This guy name is Ken Arbadji. Life So Far on GJRB Online. On the Gary Russen program, midweek edition on WGJR Worldwide.
So here we are, we down the road of life. Did things work out the way you thought they would? Would you change the path you're on if you could? Or would you choose to live the life you've lived? Some of us have taken off, and some of us have stalled. Be careful judging who has won. The answer's deep inside. Me, I don't think I will change things much. Maybe I could lighten up a bit. I have plenty to be thankful for. There are times we're dealt bad cards, but we learn from all the stars. It's all just part of living life so far. Your life back then and tried to guess who you might be now. Would you have nailed your profile to a T, or would you have been off by miles and miles? Some of us have had it good, and some of us are down. Life is what you make of it, so get up off the ground. Me, I don't think I would change things much. Maybe I could lighten up a bit. To be thankful for. There are times we're dealt bad cards, but we learn from all the scars. It's all just part of living life so far. It's all part of living life so far. It's all just part of living life so far.
Yeah, there you go. That is a guy named Ken Arbadji, new emerging artist, always on GJRB Online. It's called Life So Far from our GJRB playlist. And I'm Gary J. Russen. Hope to join me mornings with Gary J. in the morning. And that's going to be a thing we're going to do. And that show will be heard mornings, sometimes as early as 8, sometimes as late as 10. And we just play some of your favorite music, and we'll have that show sometimes over at our the studios. And we kind of record that show sometimes and then put it up later, and becomes news and information, weather, sports page, and all that. During that song, we had a person named Mercy stop in and then left. So walk in the room, and while I was typing, went away. So whatever the case may be, welcome to the room anyway. So it was kind of neat there. Meanwhile, here at the GJRB Spreaker Studios, the GJRB Studios, the Podbean Studios, we're on Podbean and we're also on Spreaker. Our next show of the Gary Russen program, Midweek Edition, will be heard on Spreaker, and that'll be in a couple of weeks. So tune in for that. And, of course, we're going to be doing Gary J in the afternoon next week, and that'll be over on Spreaker. It's GJRB Online. So you want to tune in for that. Always bring you the best in programming here on GJRB Online. We alternate our shows a little bit. Some shows are on every week. Some shows are on every other week. And, just kind of do it that way. And like I said, today we're working on the programming for Monday. And we're going to be on the air all day starting at 10 o'clock Monday morning. That'll be a pre-recorded Gary J in the morning. And then I have Rock Worship. Now, Rock Worship would be on from 10 until 2 p.m. Central Time. So that's like a couple hours of great worship music from some of the best in worship artists. And then we play some new emerging artists as well as playing Michael W. Smith, Hillsong United, and a lot of other great Christian bands, and bring you great popular music, David Crowder, all that. So tune in for Rock Worship. That's on Monday, 10 a.m. right here. That's Monday, 12 o'clock noon on GJRB Online. Then it's followed by some great Christian rock music for about an hour or so. And then we're live at 3 o'clock with the Positive Rock Show Emerging Mondays. New emerging artists, some of your favorite Christian rock bands. Got a whole mess of those. I have a lot of great new emerging artists in Christian rock, and play a lot of that for you. Album rock, Christian album-oriented rock. Got some tracks from some great Christian bands. And I play groups like Demon Hunter, Skillet, all those. So you want to tune in to the Positive Rock Show. New emerging artists, Emerging Mondays, Monday at 3 o'clock p.m. That's on Labor Day, 3 o'clock p.m. right here on GJRB Online on Spreaker. So you want to tune in. Right after that at 6 o'clock, it's the Blues House. And I play all your favorite blues music. And that's a encore presentation from a previous show and promoting the Blues House being on at 6 p.m. every Monday night, followed on GJRB Online, followed on GJRB LPFM, our 9-foot closed circuit, Spreaker FM 88.9 KSBR, and on Spreaker 8 p.m. live, Walter Dubiel and Blues in the Night. Great blues. Got some good music, plays an hour of Zydeco. It's just fabulous stuff. You want to check it out. And, of course, the first Sunday of each month, he's joined by Dee Robinson, and they have a show called Sensational Sunday Nights. It's fabulous. You're right here on Spreaker. And he'll be on September 6th, Sunday night at 8 p.m. Play some 70s music. So it's going to be fabulous. You want to tune into that. Walter Dubiel and Dee Robinson, Sensational Sunday Night. That's at 8 p.m. Central on Spreaker. That's fabulous. GJRB LPFM, Spreaker FM 88.9, which usually would carry that program. But I might be doing the Positive Rock Show that night. So I never know what we're going to have on there, of course. Don't forget, every Sunday morning, 10:30, public, is the previous Sunday's church services from the Church of Christ here in Clinton. So that I'm going to be making sure that goes public live. And you can listen to that Sunday morning, 10:30 a.m. on GJRB Online here on Spreaker for the Sunday church services. And that'll be the church services for this past Sunday. This past Sunday, which was the 30th. So that'll be the church services for for August 30th. Church services for August 30th. That will be heard on Sunday morning at 10:30 live public right here over on GJRB Online over on Spreaker. Hi, Opal. How you doing today? Welcome to the show. Glad you could join in and stop in. I'm going to say hi to you. Whether you stay or not, I stay hi. I always will say hi to you. That's how I am. You're welcome to join in and stay, or you can leave. I say hi to Mercy. Mercy leaves. I still say hi. If they stop in, I say hi. If they leave, that's okay too. All right, tell you what we're going to do right now, though. We're going to continue talking about our schedule. And coming up the following week, we'll be doing Tuesday's programming. So I'm working on that one. Tuesday, we're going to be, we might be broadcasting from, we might be doing a live broadcast from the Church of Christ. Gary J in the morning. That's at our second studio of our Church of Christ. And I'll be bringing some Christian rock mixture and do some stuff like that, news and stuff like that. So, because we got a new booster up there, and a Wi-Fi booster, so our signal's really clean and nice from that location. So I'll be broadcasting live from that location for Gary J in the morning. That'll be Church of Christ on a Tuesday. So that'll be the following week. We'll be doing Tuesday. That'll be, let's see, the 7th. And I don't have my calendar turned over in here, which I forget sometimes. Oh, well, but that's okay. September, that'll be the following week. That'll be September 15th. September 15th, 9:15 will be on the air in the morning. Have that one for you. And we'll be doing the Tuesday schedule on that day. Tuesday, September 15th. Okay. Tuesday, September 15th, we'll be doing the Tuesday schedule. Like I said before, the Positive Rock Show, some great Christian rock. Later in the morning, about 10, we're going to play some oldies, 50s, 60s, 70s rock and roll, throw in some of that. We'll have that one as a podcast pre-recorded, and then we'll pop that in, and we might even do some live oldies. And then I got a new show I'm working on, a brand new show called The Rock Vault. Now, this is a brand new show featuring classic rock, and I dig into classic rock here. This is going to be a brand new show, brand new on GTRB Online. I'm going to break out all the classic rock. So I'm going to be playing a lot of old tracks from old albums. I'm going to play some Jimi Hendrix and The Who, and I'm going to play some tracks from old albums that I had in my collection, my Dusty album collection. We'll throw in stuff all from the 60s all the way to the 80s. Dig in some old rare Beatles stuff. I'm going to play some rare stuff. So you want to tune in for that. The Rock Vault, brand new show. And tune in for a debut of that program on September 15th. It's going to be a brand new show called The Rock Vault. It's going to be it might be pre-recorded. It might be live. I don't know yet exactly with that one, but it's going to be fabulous. The Rock Vault, 12 o'clock noon Central. And that'll probably be pre-recorded, but I'm going to break out some great classic rock. So you want to tune in. I got some old albums. I'll be digging out some old stuff. I got some rare stuff. Some albums that featuring some songs from albums that are 50 years old this year. Albums that are 50 years old this year. We got some, I think some Metallica even in there. Some stuff from the 80s. And then dig out some real good rare stuff. So tune in for the classic rock. It's going to be fabulous. The Rock Vault. And that'll be coming up on GJRB Online. And that'll be followed by the Best of the Gary Russen program, a couple hours of, I chop about 2 hours of an old Gary Russen program, some of the best in my collection, and bring it to you 3 to 6 p.m., the Best of the Gary Russen program. I go back and play an old Gary Russen program. And it'll probably be a Gary Russen program when I had a caller. or two. So it'll be a good show. And I alternate that weeks with Christian Rock, the Positive Rock Show, Twin Spin Tuesday, 3 to 6 p.m. So we kind of alternate weeks on that. Week one being the Gary J, week one being the Best of the Gary Russen program, and week two will be the Positive Rock Show, Twin Spin Tuesday. So it's going to alternate. Week one, the Best of the Gary Russen program. Week two, the Positive Rock Show, Twin Spin Tuesday. That's how we do that. Okay. And then we go down the line as we continue our Tuesday schedule. We'll follow that by GJRB Music at 6. And then at 8 o'clock, GJRB goes down for a while, and it's on Spreaker FM 88.9, and it's at 8 o'clock, the Caramel Conservative with Ed Delgado. That's on Spreaker FM 88.9 only, but we do rebroadcast that show the following Saturday at 12 noon Central, just before the Gary Russen program, Saturday Extra. So just to let you know about that. And, of course, that's the Caramel Conservative. And then right after that's over, it's he sometimes will stay on till 11 o'clock or past it. Not always, but, Ed, once he gets rolling, man, sometimes he'll stay on until like after 11 o'clock. He's done that a number of times. He goes on late, too. Carmel People Time, And he has a great show. So tune in for that 8 o'clock on Spreaker. And it's heard on our 9-foot closed circuit Spreaker FM 88.9. And then Spaced Out Radio follows with Dave Scott. And that, of course, if Ed goes overtime, then we just join in Dave Scott in progress on the 9-foot side. Meanwhile, Spreaker, GJRB Online goes back on the air at 11 o'clock p.m. for Easy Nights and that beautiful music. So that'll be our Tuesday schedule. So that's how that's going to work. And we got that coming up on the 15th. And like I said before, I will let you know how the program schedule is set up and what we're going to be doing. And I'll be doing a video of the schedule, and it's going to go up on our website too. So you'll catch when we're going to be on the air and all that. This is WGJR Worldwide. I'm Gary J. Russen. Thanks a lot for tuning in. And we had a lot of people stop by. We had a Mercy stop by. Mercy left, but we still have Mercy with Christ, definitely. And, of course, earlier we had another one come in, stopped in, stayed for just a little while, and that was Opal, and Opal left. So, what a shame. Opal left. And I hope maybe Opal will come back. Who knows? It's hard to say. But since we're going to have people leaving and coming and going, I'm going to close the phone lines. So no more calls accepted at this time, as we're going to be closing down the show here pretty soon anyway. We got weather on the 5s for Clinton, Iowa coming up here in just a little bit. And then we'll take another break and be right back when we'll conclude the show. And we'll have our program schedule. Once again, we'll do our regular Spreaker Podbean shout outs and promotions, and have all the people that follow us. And if they got a podcast on the air, we'll. So if you are one of those that listens to this program and you have a podcast here on Podbean, I will listen to it and I will promote your show. Okay. I will promote your show and what I call Spreaker Podbean shout outs and promotions. And I'll have that coming up in just a little bit here on GJRB Online. So if you're a podcaster here on Podbean, I will listen to your show. You stop in and you listen to mine. It's only fair that I come in and listen to yours. So, just let me know when you're going to be on. I like to listen to other podcasters. When I'm doing show prep, I'm usually listening to other podcasters on Spreaker, and I usually listen to podcasters here on Podbean as well. And if you have a show, I'll listen to it. So let me know. And I'll even participate. I'll listen to your show. I'll get in on it. And I usually look on the live section here on Podbean. I usually check and see Who's on here? What kind of podcasters do they have? What kind of shows do they have on? So I do that, and because I love doing it, because I like to see who's on here. Now I disappeared. That's because I went out of my show, because I like to see other podcasters who are on here, and there's some on live right now. There's a bunch of them on live right now, and we can check them out. And these are some of the live shows that are on, and some of the top hosts. And some of them I follow, some of them I don't. But we usually kind of check them out and see what kind of programs they have on. And I do that. And I will go into my Podbean page as well and see who happens to be here on Podbean. So we're going to check that out. So I'm going to click out of this and come back into there. And I'm going to go into Podbean and see who I have on my Podbean page here. Let me see here. I'm going to go there. Let me see here. So we're going to get ready for that. But meanwhile, back at the jungle, it's time now for the weather on the 5.
Now, a nationwide weather update. This is GJRB's Weather on the 5.
Okay, we're going to take a look at our weather for Clinton, Iowa. Right here, our very own hometown of Clinton, Iowa, folks. We're going to do that right now. Let's see here. When I go down to it. Yep, here we go. This is according to the weather, to the Mayer Farms, the Eagle Point Station. We do that. Before we do, let's take a look at some temperatures in other parts of the country. 79 degrees right now in Los Angeles, California, under sunny skies. Phoenix, Arizona, they're all under like dry conditions, like, red alert for a lot of more fires. It's 102 in Phoenix, Arizona right now in fair skies. In Clare, Wisconsin, 79 degrees and sunny. Manhattan, New York, 78 degrees at this time in Manhattan, New York. San Francisco, California, 64 degrees and fair. And Portland, Oregon's 87 degrees and sunny skies. Meanwhile, here in Clinton, Iowa, it's 84 degrees according to our Mayer Farms at the Mayer Farms station. Just above the Lion Shopping District here in Clinton. It's 84 degrees. Winds are out of the west at 9 miles per hour, gusting to 15. Our relative humidity is at 37%, 2.54. We're clear with clouds and sky, 10-mile visibility. Barometric pressure, 29.80 inches of mercury. We have a UV index here in Clinton at 6. Not bad. 39 degrees on the air, 39 on the air quality, no pollen in the air. Good. Been feeling better since then. 0% chance of precipitation, mainly clear skies tonight. We have a low expected of 61 degrees with southwest winds at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tomorrow, a 0% chance of precipitation, mainly sunny. We have a high around 80 expected with winds west at 15 to 25 miles per hour with higher wind gusts possible. That's for tomorrow. And then tomorrow night's going to get real cool. Oh, yeah, 50 degrees. No precipitation, but it's going to drop down to 50 degrees tomorrow night. It's going to get chilly. Clear skies, low around 50. Winds west-northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Right now, coronavirus cases stands at 853 with 10 deceased. Once again, current temperature at our GJRB Podbean Studios just above the main avenue of Clinton's North End is 84 degrees. Feels like 83 at the Mayer Farms Eagle Point Station. 84 degrees. Weather on the 5s. 25 and 55 minutes past the hour on all talk shows and music shows and all daily programs of GJRB Online. And we do weather on the 5s pretty much until about 6 p.m., sometimes as late as 8, and that's pretty much it. once the live shows are over. And pretty much all the live shows we do weather on the fives. But as soon as those are over, we do some weather on the pre-recorded shows, but not always. It's kind of tacky. So it's pretty much weather on the fives until the evening hours. And then when we go to automation, we have national weather automated. But other than that, that's it. Weather on the fives on GJRB Online. Oh, let's see. I got a message here from Black Dragons Radio. Black Dragons Radio in my Facebook. So we're going to take a look at that in a minute. And he's been he worked on an absolutely fabulous website, by the way. If you go to my website, that's website.com. That's Gary Russen website that's GaryRussen.web. Let's try it again. I always get that messed up. GaryRussen.web page. You'll find it. Anyhow, still working on my website. Found better graphic, Gary. I am a few minutes will get my Rumble talk and get the color set, and you'll enjoy it. Absolutely fabulous. Okay, that's Black Dragons Radio, good friend of ours here on GJRB Online and GJRB and WGJR Worldwide. And you can check out Black Dragons Radio right here on Podbean as well, too. He has a fabulous thing. He has a pretty good page there. So you want to check that out. He does a good job with it. And he did a real good with his website. Flaming lettering and everything. Very good job. And really good job on his site. So fabulous. Absolutely incredible. I'm going to take a break. Be right back. I got more coming up next as we wrap up the Gary Russen program midweek edition. And coming up, we're going to wrap up our show with our Spreaker, Podbean shout-outs and promotions, our program schedule, and we'll wrap up the Gary Russen program midweek edition. Coming up next, we'll be right back. For you not know what hour the Son of God will return. Prophecy. New World Order, terrorism, economic collapse, wars, pandemics, Israel. When they say peace, then cometh sudden destruction. Volcanic eruptions, earthquakes, signs in the heavens. Keep up with world news and events you hear on GJRB's News on the Hour. Go to End Time Headlines at www.endtimeheadlines.org with a lot of chaos happening. Keep in touch with End Time Headlines and GJRB. Recently, the owner of Facebook had to face Congress over personal information on Facebook users. In addition, users were saying that their postings were being deleted. Getting sick and tired of your censorship and your data being used without your permission? Do something about it now. Come to MeWe, the internet social site that values your freedom. No more deleted postings. Make a step to freedom. Sign up today. It's easy. Go to www.MeWe.com. That's MeWe. MeWe, the internet's free speech social site. Coast to coast and way out there, fans. Listen up. If you like UFO conspiracies, ghosts, and the paranormal, you'll love Spaced Out Radio. Spreaker's answer to Coast AM with more interesting guest experts in the paranormal and UFOs each month. If you like way out there, you'll love Spaced Out Radio. Own the night.
with Spaced Out Radio with Dave Scott, nightly at 11 p.m. Central, 12 o'clock midnight Eastern, and 9 p.m. Pacific on Spreaker.
On the SOR YouTube channel. The blues, the primary start to rock and roll music. The music in which artists express their feelings through music. This is a new blues show featuring the best of the blues, with new emerging artists getting their thrill of hearing their selections played, along with the greats like Muddy Waters, B.B. King, and Etta James, along with a whole lot more. To the Blues House on GJRB. And we're back on the air here on WGJR Worldwide and the Gary Russen program, as we're wrapping up our program here in just a little bit and closing out our edition of the Gary Russen program, midweek edition. And enjoyed doing the program with you today. And we had some pretty nice people coming into the room. Doss, and we had to stop by with a visit from Mercy, and Opal came in, and fortunately those two left. But we at least had Dawson there for a while, who thought it's nice responses, you know. And like I said, it's people's opinion, and then that's important too. So we're going to do that. But right now, though, it's time for our Spreaker Podbean shout-outs and promotions. Yep. You got it. We got it here. It's fabulous. So you want to check it out. Some of the stuff we got here. Want to check out. Got some of these great podcasters you want to listen to. There are a lot of them out there. A lot of really good ones. And I was looking at some of them earlier here on Podbean. A guy named Joe Rogan. I've been hearing about this guy. I don't know. I heard he has a pretty good show. I'm going to have to check his show out. We also have some good ones there for you want to check out. Coast to Coast is on here. It's a podcast there. And we have a lot of good ones on here to do some great podcasts. And you can check them out right here on Podbean. And I'll be checking out some of those to promote. And if you are one of those that have a live show on Podbean, let me know about them. And we'll make sure that you know about them. And you can check them out. Some of the live podcasts on right now include a couple of really good shows. And they are they're fabulous. We have some Christian podcast on here. It's fabulous, including Altar of Prayer International. Check that one out there. Also one about the supernatural. And that looks like that's a good one. I'm going to have to listen to that one sometime. That's a good one. Let's see, Altar of Prayer. Some other live ones on right now include, well, they're on about the same time I am, include Ace 2 and a few other ones. I'll have to check these people out sometime. They put on a good program. And then we also have those people on Spreaker that I like to talk about a lot, including a guy that is on tonight, by the way. His name is Josh. He has a program called Simone Nicole, and it's dedicated to his daughter who died of an early age. And he has a show about health, family. He talks about health. He has some health tips. Really good show. And I like talking about it. He's on tonight at 8 o'clock Central Time. 6 p.m. Pacific, right here on Spreaker. That's over on Spreaker at 8 o'clock p.m. Central Time. You want to tune in for it. It's a fabulous show. And he talks a lot about recipes, health tips. I mean, this guy's a good show. So check out Josh tonight It's called Simone Nicole. It has a website that goes with it. And there's great stories, music. Tonight, 8 o'clock p.m. Central, 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific, right here on Spreaker. So check that out. And then later on the night, Fade to Black with Jimmy Church, Monday through Thursday. And he's on again tonight at 9 p.m. on KGRA Alternative Talk Radio. Then there's Spaced Out Radio with Dave Scott, Monday through Friday, 11 p.m. to 2 a.m. Central Time. Talks a lot about aliens, UFOs, cryptozoology, and all kinds of stuff. The supernatural at its best. Listen to Spaced Out Radio with Dave Scott tonight, midnight from British Columbia, Canada, for a great show again. It's fabulous. So you want to check that out. Also, you want to check out another podcaster. He's on every morning. Monday through Sunday, Sunday through Monday. He has a great preacher on Sunday mornings. His name is Miles McKee, and he has a great program every morning. Talks about love, family, relationships. 8 o'clock p.m. Central, 8 o'clock a.m. in the morning to 9 a.m. Central Time. Listen to it on Muck Radio. You can hear Muck Radio, and he has a lot of his older shows on there too. So check it out. That's Mike Myers, the Radio Hope Network, 8 o'clock a.m. Central Time, right here on Spreaker. Okay, check him out. Then you got Ed Delgado, the Caramel Conservative Plus Ultra Media. We talked about Walter M. Dubiel. He's on Monday nights, right after our Blues House. He's got more blues. 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. With Walter Dubiel, D. Robinson, Sunday night, and they're gonna have another show together on the 6th with some 70s music. Sounds like it'll be pretty good. Sensational Sunday nights with Walter Dubiel and D. Robinson right here on Spreaker. And I don't know about Bob Huber. I gotta check out and find out what he's been up to these days. And I haven't listened to any of his podcasts lately, so I'm gonna have to go in and check out and catch up on some of those. Great commentaries with OBFSU, our big fat soft underbelly, our light will shine. Talks a lot about what's going on in the news, what irks him the most. And I'll tell you what, they'll tell you like it is. So check it out with OBFSU, our big fat soft underbelly. And then, of course, you want to listen to big band music, 1940 stuff, old time radio, great history, including boomers to millennials. It's a great show. Great information. And it's fabulous. It's called Racketeer Radio. Comes out of Seattle. And Ace is the program director there. Puts on a good show. Love the music. Love the big band stuff. And check out that website. That's Roku. And that is called Racketeer Radio. And then, of course, Black Dragons Radio. Yeah, can't forget Black Dragons. He's going to be coming to Podbean in 2021. And he puts on some good music. He plays a lot of great variety. He has royalty-free music, new emerging artists. Go check out Black Dragons whenever you can. He has a brand new, fabulous website he just got completed with last night. Black Dragons, great station. It's on Podbean. He plays a variety of music in the past, old-time radio, great mix of royalty-free music. So check it out. And he's got a new website, and it's on Wix, Black Dragons Radio. And all you have to do is get on my website at GaryRussen.website2.me/GJRB's Top Podcast. And there's a link to all the podcasters I mentioned right on that page. Just click that, and the link will take you right to their sites, right to their Spreaker public site as well. And you can check out all their podcasts and listen to it. And of course, click Black Dragons Radio and check out his brand new fabulous website with them flaming. Oh, he's got some new pictures up here too. Oh yeah, he's got some new stuff there too, and flaming letters. It's all fabulous. So Black Dragons, check out his official website. He's got a great page here. He's got all kinds of neat stuff. Black Dragons Radio, check him out. And check out his new website on Wix. He's got the program schedule, RSS feeds. He's got some new stuff on here. He's got a new program schedule there for you to check out. It's fabulous. And as a matter of fact, on Monday nights, he does top 50 blues and jazz. Tuesday nights, classic oldies and radio. Wednesdays, he has decades from the 80s and 90s. Thursdays, he has music of the past era. And on Fridays, it's his Friday night party. So you want to check that out. That is right there on his site, Black Dragons Radio. And you can check out all those great sites and check out all those podcasters. If you like podcasters, and give them a like, please. Give them a like, because it's when you do that, it goes in the algorithms and people around the internet see them. So please do check those out and check out the great podcasters here on GJRB Online. And they're fabby. I'm telling you, check them out. Alrighty. And that's a look at our Spreaker Podbean shout outs and promotions. And once again, check out if you have a podcast right here on Podbean or on Spreaker, let me know. I'll listen to it. I'll promote it. So, and also put it on my website. So check it out so that people can listen to it. Okay, that's it for now for our Spreaker shout outs and promotions right here on WGJR Worldwide. Yeah, and Gary J. Russen with you here on GJRB Online. Thanks a lot for tuning into the show as we get GJRB Online, GJRB2, and WGJR Worldwide. We bring you the best in programming, and thank you so much. We got about 14 minutes left of the show. 14 minutes left to go before we sign off this program for today. Want to thank you all for tuning in and listening to the show and checking out our scroll through social media. Want to thank Doss for stopping in, Mercy and Opal for stopping in today for a little while. And, of course, all you great people out there. You know, there's a lot of people out there who maybe are listening in the dust, who may be listening as a archival podcast here on Podbean on my website. Enjoy the program, but join me live next time, because we always have a great time doing our show live. Check it out. We're going to be on Spreaker the next time we get together for another midweek edition. And, of course, the Gary Russen program, Saturday Extra, heard every Saturday afternoon at 3 o'clock p.m. Central right here on GJRB Online, except for the first of the month. And that's when we bring you our Jazz Weekend. And we're going to have that one this weekend, starting Friday afternoon, 1 o'clock Central Time over on GJRB Online on Spreaker, starting 1 o'clock p.m. Central on Friday, 11 a.m. Pacific. And we got all the smooth jazz, classic jazz, and we always bring you some of the best in smooth jazz. With a wave of smooth jazz, that'll be on at 1 o'clock. And then smooth afternoon, you know, we just have a full afternoon of great smooth jazz. Smooth afternoon, and that's live at 3 o'clock. And I bring you the best in smooth jazz, and I hope you enjoy it. It's a great stuff. Smooth jazz continues after we're done, and we get jazz into the evening. And, of course, I bring you easy nights, beautiful music. Some of that great sounds from a great era when radio used to play that beautiful music. I bring it to you. Easy Nights, brought to you by Beautiful Music 101. And we bring you some outstanding, fabulous music. Easy Nights. And we'll have that Easy Nights on Friday night right here on GJRB Online over on Spreaker. And then, of course, more smooth jazz will continue on Saturday. And, of course, we'll be live at 3 o'clock with the best of jazz. 3 o'clock p.m. Central, 4 o'clock East, 1 Pacific, right here on TJRB online on Spreaker. So you can check out our show over there. And it's always fabulous. And I always enjoy bringing you these great programs. And if you like a lot of our shows, like I said, I got a great schedule. I'll be working on more of it. Got some more stuff. The next time we get to the following week, I'll be working on the Wednesday schedule. And I'll bring you country, classic country mix on the Gary J in the Morning show that day. And that will be pre-recorded. And I'm going to be doing that. And that will be, let's see, the following week. Let's see, the 15th. So I'm thinking that following week would be the 23rd. 23rd. And on the 23rd, let's see, because today we're doing this, and then next week, Gary J in the afternoon. The 16th, another midweek edition. And 23rd, we're going to do Gary J in the afternoon. Pretty sure of it. That's how we're going to do that. That's a Wednesday. And it will start off, like I said, classic country. I'm going to play you the first episode of our classic country series. And then we're going to start that series. And then we'll have Bluegrass Jubilee at 12 o'clock noon. That'll be a Wednesday afternoon. Bluegrass Jubilee at 12 noon Central, followed too by GJRB Music. And then I think, like I said before, I think it's going to be, because today we're doing the midweek edition. It's every other Wednesday. The next week it's Gary J in the afternoon. Then we got the midweek edition again on the 16th. So on the 23rd, which I believe that will be, the 23rd, we'll be doing Gary J in the afternoon. So I have Gary J in the afternoon, GGRB Music, Gary J in the afternoon, followed by Music and Memories. And we're going to play an encore presentation of our first Music and Memory show that we had on. 101. We're going to encore that one and bring you that one. And then we got a brand new episode I'm working on right now that will be airing coming up later on. Then we're going to follow that up by Swing Time. I'm going to play an old Swing Time show. I'm going to re-edit that, and then an old Radio Land will follow. So we got Radio Land, a couple hours only, at 10 p.m. on that night. And then at 11 o'clock, Spaced Out Radio. That's going to be heard on Spreaker FM 88.9. But on GJRB Online, we continue with Easy Nights, and that will be at 12 o'clock midnight. We have the old Radio Land until midnight, 10 until midnight, and so I bet you Spaced Out Radio probably will not be heard on 88.9 that night. We'll probably be continuing on Memories 107.1. So we'll probably be having a full night of Music and Memories, Swing Time, and Old Time Radio that night. And then we'll finish the night off with Easy Nights. So we want to tune in for that broadcast. That would be fabulous. And like I said before, program changes are always constantly happening. We had some more people in there when I was bringing that schedule up. One named Aurora Amos. And then we had Teal. Total came in when I was doing that schedule. But they left. You know, when I'm doing the schedule, I guess that's a turn off. I don't know. But I don't think it is, because I'm informing my public of programs coming up on GJRB. So I don't see how that can be so offensive. Really. But, oh well. So be it there. But anyhow, want to go down here and go back to my show here while I got that chance. let me see here what we had here, because that's why I need to go back to that page. We had a few more people stop in anyway. Like I said, Teal, and they kind of left. So, we got about 6 minutes left of the show. Yeah, something like 6 minutes left to go before we close out today. So, probably about that. Anyhow, 4 minutes, 4 to 6 minutes, whatever the case. Anyway, so it doesn't matter anyhow, Anyway, we're going to close out, and we have 4 minutes left of the show. But before we go off the air for tonight, want to once again remind you to tune in on, again, on Friday. We'll be back on the air with the smooth jazz. We got a great wave of smooth jazz. Starts at 1 o'clock Central Time, 11 a.m. Pacific, followed at 3 o'clock by Smooth Afternoon. And then I got the Best of Jazz on Saturday. So tune in for that. Got Miles Davis, got some Dizzy Gillespie, got some classics. Throw in a bunch more. Got some new recordings I'm going to pull up. Got some really good stuff. So I hope you'll join me. New emerging artist, of course. And jazz fusion, classic jazz, progressive jazz, and I've got some classic big band music too as well from the Dorsey Brothers, and we'll also have some Count Basie. I love to play Count Basie stuff, and we'll play some of those. So you want to check that out. That's on Saturday, 3 o'clock Central Time, right here on GJRB Online, 3 o'clock p.m. Central Daylight Time, 1 o'clock Pacific for the best of jazz. It's good stuff. Love to listen to that music. It's great music. I love jazz. It is. It's great music. And I mean, nowhere else can you find the best in jazz music. And I find some of the best recordings and bring it to you. And it's the best of jazz, what it is. Play anything from like I said, Dizzy Gillespie and Miles Davis to Herb Albert. Throw in a lot of really good stuff. So you want to tune in for some great jazz this weekend over on GJRB Online on Spreaker. And then Sunday, usually it's something a little different programming. Sunday programming is kind of like right now shifty. Not sure exactly what I'm going to do with Sunday's schedule yet, but Sunday's kind of one of those Sunday's still kind of spontaneous for right now. Spontaneous summer goes to spontaneous fall. We still have spontaneous programming, so you never know when GJRB is going to be on the air. We'll be practicing these new schedules. As I told you before, schedule practicing, meaning that I am testing the new GJRB schedule 2020. So you never know when we're going to be on the air here on GJRB Online. And of course, we have spontaneous on Sunday. Lori and I will have a special message, a special Christian message on Sunday. So play some Christian rock. And play some new emerging artists too on that show as well. Some worship music. So tune into those too as well. Okay. We'll put on a good show. So again, tune in for that. Okay. And